Hey everybody, today is Thursday, October 26th, 2023, and we're here in Upper Black Eddy, Pennsylvania. I've got a hammer in hand, and we're gonna do some hammering today. The reason why we're in Upper Black Eddy today is because we are here at the Ringing Rocks Park. Not the Ringing Rocks, well, it does say Ringing Rocks Park here, but we're not at the standard Ringing Rocks Park. Two very different parks, one located in Pottsgrove, Pennsylvania, one located about an hour or so away here in Upper Black Eddy, Pennsylvania. I've been out here once before. It's pretty amazing. If you guys have seen my previous video where we were at Ringing Rocks Park in Pottsgrove, Pennsylvania, it's interesting. It's a big field of boulders. You hit the boulders with hammers and they ring like bells. It's really awesome. That, however, is a very small field of boulders. It may have looked very big in the video, but I assure you, in comparison, it's a very small field of boulders. When we get down to the end of this trail, you're gonna see something pretty amazing. A huge, gigantic, insane field of boulders that I would love to explore all of, but we'll probably just stick to the outer rim or so, because I'm an old man, and the idea of walking all the way down to the very end of the giant field of boulders sounds amazing in theory, but in reality, I would probably pass out and die. But it is pretty epic. It is pretty awesome. I'm not sure if we'll be alone today. I saw some other cars parked in the parking lot. I'm assuming that's people out here probably ringing bells as well. I don't actually hear any hammering going on, so maybe there are people just walking the trails. I don't know. Maybe there aren't people out here hammering the rocks, hammering the rocks that sound like bells. I'm pretty excited to be back out here. This place is really awesome. And then somewhere also located around here, it's a really interesting waterfall we'll probably take a look at as well. So you can already see the rocks are already starting to appear. Right over there is a huge, gigantic field of boulders. A very intimidating, gigantic field of boulders. I really should not have worn skinny jeans and Chuck Taylors today. Probably should have put on some kind of hiking gear. I don't have hiking gear. I need to get some. I really need to get some hiking gear for situations like this. Look at this. This is insane. This is crazy. This gigantic field of boulders. And I'm walking all over these, again, in Chuck Taylors and in skinny jeans. I'm trying my best not to break my neck. This is the easy part. This is just the outer rim of the field where there is some ground to walk on. But once you get out there, there is nothing but boulders to walk on. I just tripped walking on more or less flat ground. I just tripped on a boulder. What's that say for me when I actually get out here? It's not looking good, but you know what? We're gonna go out here. Look at the size of this boulder field. This thing is huge. It goes way down there past that little bit of a green tree you see still down there. It is huge. I have never walked the whole thing. I would love to. I would love to walk all the way down to the very end of the field. But again, I am a 41-year-old man, and I know better. Immediately, you can see right away that people have been out here hitting these rocks with hammers. There's all these divots in the rocks. People have been coming out here for decades and decades and decades, for just such a long time, hitting these rocks with hammers, so much so that it's actually left little craters in the rocks. We'll hit some of the ones out front here. Look at this one. I would say these ones don't sound as good yet. Trying to find a nice good one. That one's not bad. I know eventually we'll find one that clangs really good. Again, if you saw my previous video at Ringing Rocks Park in Pottsgrove, you know we've found some pretty awesome sounding rocks out there. And I'm sure today, if we hit enough of these rocks, we'll find some good ones. I don't know if you caught that or not. Right as I was finishing what I was saying, I saw something move down there in the rocks. It was one of two things, probably. It was either one of three things. it was either a leaf falling from the tree, which it very well could have been. It could just be my eyes playing tricks on me. It could have been a leaf falling down into the rocks. It could have been a little chipmunk or something like that. Not a big deal. Or what we definitely have out here are snakes. And Pennsylvania, we do have venomous snakes. And that is absolutely something you have to be on the lookout for when you're climbing around on rocks like this, is the possibility of there being snakes down in these rocks. And this time of the year, I mean, with the weather being actually kind of nice right now, I'd be willing to bet the snakes are probably out. And I'm falling. Okay, this is actually a pretty good rock I just found here. That one sounds amazing. That one does not. So you can see that like every single rock out here for the sheep. Who wants to start putting bets on as to how soon it is till I fall and break my neck? By the way, I am alone out here. I didn't tell anybody I was coming out here. That's not a good idea. Rule like 101 for hiking is tell somebody where you're going. I should probably text my mom or something like that and let her know that I'm out here, just in case I don't come home. But anyway, so what was I saying? I don't know. I'm just freaked out now that I almost fell. I am the only one out here. There's nobody else out here at the moment. Again, there were cars parked in the parking lot. And I'm sure if I was to fall, as long as I wasn't passed out, I could just wait here and eventually somebody would probably come along today, in theory. But I'd rather just that not happen. I'd rather just not fall to my death. Anyway, let's continue on. So as I think I was trying to say before, you can see that pretty much every single one of these rocks has been hit by hammers. There's really not a single rock out here that doesn't have some like a white top to it, or an indent in it. And that's because this park has been around for this park has been here for thousands and thousands and thousands of years, but people have been coming out here for a very long time to explore these boulders and to hit them with hammers every day. Hundreds of people come out here and they take their hammers to these rocks. Ooh. All right, this one here. That's a good sounding one. So I guess I'll explain again why exactly we have a giant field of boulders like this. This is actually the end of a ice age glacier. So back during the ice age, obviously the whole like sort of upper half of the United States was covered by, I'm just telling the story, the whole upper half of the United States. I feel like the Hulk is trying to chime in with some history. The entire upper half of the United States was covered for the most part with glaciers, and as the glaciers would move past hills and mountains and whatnot, it would stir up the rocks, and it would basically kind of carve these large boulders off of hills, off of mountains, off of things like that, and it would carry them along with it. So as these glaciers moved very, very, very slowly, again, they were stirring up these rocks, taking these rocks off the hills and carrying them along until eventually, at the end of the glacier, where the glacier came to an end, like you always see in those videos of glaciers cracking off and falling into the ocean and whatnot. Well, they would do the same thing, but they would do it at non-oceany areas as well. And of course, at the very bottom of that glacier would be all the rocks, because those rocks had to go somewhere, and they would end up in a place like this. That's why you have these weird long stretches of boulders, these big fields of boulders. This is where an ice age glacier at one point used to come to an end and drop these boulders off. Now, why do they make these sounds? Scientists, even today, in the year 2023, scientists have no exact reason as to why they make these sounds. There's all kinds of theories out there. Like if you were to ask me, my theory would have been, it's like the composition of the rocks. There's like iron or something in them. And some scientists do say that, but it seems like the theory that is most widely accepted is the fact that these rocks are under extreme pressure. There's a whole lot of pressure inside these rocks. And because of that, it causes that sound. You hit it, it's just the sound of the pressure inside or something. Like, I'm not a scientist, I don't know, but apparently that's the main theory as to why they make that sound they do, because of extreme pressure inside the rocks. But again, that's only a theory, and scientists, you would think they would have figured this out by now, but maybe it's not their, maybe scientists aren't diehard on figuring this out. Maybe it's not a priority to them. I have no idea, but you think by now they would have figured out the exact reason as to why they make this sound. But even today, they're still not 100% sure. I really do love how there's all these indents in the rocks. You can just see where just thousands and thousands of people have hit the rocks in these same exact spots over the years. Some of them are just clunkers. Oh, we have a winner. I should have brought two hammers. I could have made some music. I actually have seen, there are videos online, you guys can Google it, of people coming out to these parks, and they do bring two hammers as people who are like classically trained, I guess anyway, in maybe playing with mallets or whatnot, and they will come out to the parks like this, and they will actually play music on the rocks. It's really, really interesting to hear people actually play music with these. But as you can imagine, you could if you knew which rocks to hit and you were trained or at least skilled to do so. Me, as you could just hear back there, I am not trained, and I am not skilled, but I can hit things with hammers. I feel like maybe right here would be a good place to make some music if you had multiple hammers. That one sounds awesome. That one sounds awesome, and they're different tones. It's not bad. That one, that's a bit of a clunker. But yeah, you definitely could make pretty awesome music out here if you knew what you were doing. So, I mean, I'm already kind of far out into the field now. I don't want to go too much further. I'm thinking maybe we'll head over to those rocks over there. You can see that have been worn away quite a bit. Again, I would love to walk all the way down to the very end, but we're not gonna do that. I don't want to die. Look at that. Think anybody's ever climbed down in there? I used to go to a day camp, a YMCA day camp, when I was a kid, and there was another field like this. I don't think they actually the bells rang, but it was a glacier field by this camp. We used to hike back through the trails back to this big field of glaciers, and there's bugs all over me. There's so many bugs out here right now. And the interesting thing is that the rocks were bigger than this. These are big boulders, but the boulders out at this other field were just huge, and they kind of made these sort of natural caves all throughout the boulder. You could climb down like in there and like climb kind of under the boulders for a while. It was really interesting. I would never have done something like that, but there was this one kid who was very adventurous. He did not care. He used to climb right straight down under the boulders, and he would pop up. He would climb down like here and pop up over there somewhere. It was pretty crazy. I would never do that. That just sounds terrifying, and I know there's big spiders, big snakes down there, and even though I'm not scared of snakes, I mean, I don't really care much for venomous snakes. I don't want to get bit by one. Spiders, on the other hand, those terrify me. So again, you can hear how these all make different tones. I really want to learn how to make music with the rocks. I want to make one of those viral YouTube videos. Yeah, those are clunkers. Whew. All right, so we've made it out to the rocks I wanted to get out to. These ones that have been very, very well worn down. And my assumption is, since they are so well worn down, these have to make a good sound, right? You would think. That one's all right. That one's pretty good. That's a high-pitched sound. But what about this one here? I mean, this one's very worn down. Oh, okay. I can see why this one's been worn down. That one there. That's a good one. It's about 11 o'clock in the morning right now, and I am pretty much out here alone, but there are some more people finally starting to show up. I honestly thought there'd be a lot more people out here when I when I did arrive out here, because it is such a nice, beautiful day. It's going to get into like the 70s today. I have a feeling that as the day progresses, more and more people are going to be showing up. But look at this one here. This one's like, I mean, this whole thing is just flat at this point. And there's clearly a reason why. Wow. Oh, ooh. Depending on where you hit it, it sounds different. Listen to that. I'm going to say right now, as far as all the rocks we've hit, that's the best. Yeah, right here is the official spot. So again, this one that's very worn down right here sounds amazing. And then right next to it is this other one that's very worn down. Yeah, these two rocks, by far the best. So as you can hear in the background, more people are showing up. More people are hitting the rocks with hammers. I feel like this is the time where if we just all got together, we could have a little symphony of rocks. I don't know if we have the skills to do that, but I feel like we should all just band together and start a little makeshift rock band. Get it? See, I didn't even try to do that. We need to start ourselves a rock band. See, I'm funny sometimes. All right, so I think this is as far as I'm going out onto the rocks. Again, I would love to go way down there. There are some very flat... Ooh. That one back there sounds really good. That guy's hitting. But anyway, there are some more very flat boulders down there that I'm assuming are flat because they're probably pretty good sounding, but I'm already out of breath. I'm already quite winded. I'm not about to walk all the way down there. I've already walked kind of to the outskirts over here. That's far enough. Listen to me. I'm panting. I'm completely out of breath. I'm completely out of shape for walking on all these rocks. But I have these boulders. But I have found another one that's rather flat here. Let's listen to this one. Oh well. That one's all right. Not too crazy. Yeah. Ooh. That's another good one. And then there's the one I'm actually standing on right now. That one's all right. I keep telling myself, okay, that's enough. I've hit enough rocks with hammers, and then I keep finding ones like this. And it just makes me want to continue to hit rocks with hammers. The question is, how long do I spend out here? Do I spend the next 3 hours out here just hitting every single rock, or do I realize, okay, I've hit enough, I found some good ones, and then we call it quits for the field, and we go find the waterfall. All right, so yeah, that is going to do it for the ringing rocks. We're done with the boulders for now. I actually stopped back at the car to drop off the hammer, also to change out of the hoodie and jacket. It's getting a little warm. The temperature is rising, and climbing around on all those rocks definitely helped me work up a bit of a sweat. So had to ditch the warm clothes. Also, the parking lot is starting to fill up, and as I was walking back to the car, I passed about 5 families with hammers in hand, all going out to ring the rocks. I'm happy we got a little alone time out there this morning by ourselves to hit some rocks, to hear what it sounds like with nobody else around. Now I can hear off in the distance a slight ring of rocks from all the families out there clanking away. But we're gonna find a waterfall now. I could go for a water fountain right now. Freudian slip. In all seriousness though, now that I said water fountain and I'm thinking about water, I really should invest in hiking gear and a canteen, things like that. I see other people hiking all the time, and they have hiking boots on. They have hiking shirts and pants. I don't know, again, khaki pants seem to be the trend for hiking, and a flannel shirt to wear on top. I guess I need a flannel shirt, khaki pants, hiking boots, and either a canteen, or what I saw some people wearing is those backpacks with the the tube that goes to your mouth, those sound pretty awesome. I don't know, maybe just a corksicle will do the job. But all right, so anyway, I did not bring water with me. But we are gonna go find some water that I'm not gonna drink. We're gonna go find the waterfall, which I think is in that direction. I've been here once before, but that was like X amount of years ago, so I'm slightly lost. It is pretty awesome just to stop and listen to all the people ringing the rocks out there. That's a really awesome sound. It does sound musical. I mean, it's just a bunch of clanking. It's not in any kind of a rhythm, but just the sound of all that clanking out there, it's actually pretty awesome. So again, I am glad we got to spend a little alone time by ourselves hitting rocks, but I'm also pretty glad we got to hear everybody else hitting them as well. All right, so I just talked to that nice couple behind me continuing to hit rocks with hammers, and they were saying that this should be the correct way to get to the waterfall. And again, I have been out here before, but it's been so many years. I am pretty sure this is the correct way. I'm not really expecting much from this waterfall. Unfortunately, it's a waterfall that really only looks impressive after a big snowstorm or after a big rainstorm. Coming out here after X amount of days of no rain will pretty much mean that we're not going to see very much, probably just a bit of a trickle coming off the waterfall, but it is still pretty impressive. What's this sign here say? Creek Trail, Loop Trail, Falls that way. So I do believe we actually are heading in the right direction. I don't remember it taking so long to get to the waterfall though. Ugh. As much as I love the fall, I'm not talking about the falls, the fall foliage, it is very slippery. Smells amazing though. I'm not trying to count my I'm not trying to count my chickens before they hatch or get my hopes up or jinx myself or anything like that, but can you guys hear that off in the distance? I hear what sounds like running water, so we might actually be seeing some decent falls today. I could be wrong, but I'm definitely hearing the sound of running water. Last time I was out here, there was a trickle of water. That was the falls. But I'm definitely hearing what sounds like somebody turned a faucet on. So maybe we're gonna see some decent falls today. Here they are. You can hear the water. I'm not seeing anything yet. Unfortunately, the way these waterfalls work is all the water kind of just goes to sort of one end, unless you have a lot of water going over top of the falls. Oh, you can definitely hear the water pouring over top. There we go. Look at that. Oh, that's cool. Okay, that is way more. I mean, again, it's not super crazy impressive, but that is way more water than last time I was here. Last time it was a slow trickle, kind of like that there, but even slower. That's impressive. That's awesome. I have seen photos though of water just cascading off. One of these days we're gonna have to come out here so I can see that. Yeah, this honestly is pretty awesome. I'm gonna try to maybe hike down to the bottom of the falls as well. I think if I go down a trail that way and then walk all the way back up this way, it's gonna be a little bit of a hike, but I think if I do that, I could actually get down to the bottom of the falls. I did that last time I was out here. Again, that is too awesome. Just listen to that. I don't know about you guys, but just the sound of nature, whether it's the sound of birds chirping or wind blowing through the leaves or the sound of a waterfall, I love it. I can honestly just sit out here and just be by myself and just relax and just listen to that amazing sound. So you can see how the water's kind of pulling up over in this sort of area. I'm gonna jump down here, hopefully not break anything. Oh! Ow, that was a little painful. That fall was higher than I thought. So look at this. Look at how the rock formations are here. All these flat rocks. And you can just imagine when there's a huge rainstorm or a lot of snow, the water just comes down these rocks right here, which looks pretty impressive, but they're all kind of to a bit of a slant. So when the water isn't really crazy, all the water just sort of goes to one side. You can see it trickling down here. Look at that. This little stream trickling down the side of the rocks until it gets to the very end and drops off. This is awesome because, again, last time I was out here, there was not this much water. You couldn't even see the stream. The stream was kind of under the rocks. You could hear water. You knew water was there, but it wasn't moving like this. That is really, really awesome. So again, it comes all the way down here until it gets to the very, very edge, which I gotta be very, very careful with. Look at that. How amazing is that fall? That is really awesome. That fall is amazing. That fall, not so much. Again, I really should have told somebody I was going to be out here. I feel really, really dumb walking on the very edge of the waterfall here. If I were to fall down there, I'd be done. That would just be it. I would not survive that fall. Look at this. Look at the overhang. You know what I'm not gonna do? I'm not gonna walk out onto that. You can see how the rocks kind of break away in these really interesting sort of squares. They're all sort of, it's just weird the way nature works like that. The way how whatever kind of stone this is breaks away in these little square chunks, and they're all sort of broken off, which means that I feel if I stand out there, the whole thing's just gonna collapse on me and I'm gonna fall to my death. So I'm not gonna go out there. I'm certainly no expert on nature, but I do love coming out to look at nature. I love this stream bed. It is awesome. The way the rocks are just so flat. Again, the way they sort of break away in these squares, all the fissures that run throughout the stream bed. It's really, really interesting. I would love to come out here with a geologist who could explain all of this to me, who could tell me what types of rocks these are, why they are the way they are, why there are fissures throughout the stream bed. I'm sure they could explain all of this to me, and I'd be so fascinated to hear all of that. So if anybody out there happens to be a geologist and you're watching this video, comments down below. I would love to read what you have to say. But again, look at this stream. There's another tiny little waterfall over here. This is so much more impressive than the last time I was out here. Like I said, this stream was not here. Tiny little baby trickle of water. That's a heck of a lot more impressive. Look at that. Should we walk up to that large drop off? Maybe. This is too cool. I'm loving this. Also, I'm very happy I took the hoodie and the jacket off. I'm absolutely breaking a sweat now. But I mean, look at this. This looks man-made. Oh, there's a chipmunk. Do you see him or her? I wonder how close we can get. Right down, right there. It's a chipmunk. So tiny. Hi. Oh, where'd it go? Oh, and underneath. Oh, it's hiding from me. Can you guys see it under the rock there? Oh, it's coming back out. Hi, bud. I'm not gonna hurt you. I just want to show you off to everybody watching. All right, we're not gonna bother the chipmunk. He seems quite scared, but this looks like it's man-made, but it's not. This was made by nature. This rock shelf was made by nature. There's the chipmunk again. This is so cool. Just listen to that sound. Over here, you can hear it like bubbling. Where's that sound coming from? Let's just listen. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I love this so much. I just love nature so much. That's why I love getting out of the house. I love hiking, I love exploring. I love just standing here and listening to these sounds. I almost fell to my death by slipping on a very, very smooth rock, but you know what? Completely 100% worth it for this view right here. Look at that. We are at the bottom of the falls right now. That is pretty impressive. Worth almost dying. Again, I am out here pretty much alone. Nobody else right here at the moment, so if I were to fall, I would not be doing so well. But look at that. I'm just gonna hang out here for a while. The good news, as you may be able to hear, some people just showed up. So if I do fall to my death, I'll be okay. The bad news is I did almost just fall to my death on this rock right here. It is very wet. It is very slippery. My butt is now covered in mud, and I cut open my thumb a little bit there on falling on the rock. I think I have some Bactine maybe in the car. I mean, I'm just, ugh. Yeah, that was a little scary. Thankfully, it wasn't. It was a slight little slide into that rock, and not a fall from way up there. But that's why you have to be careful. That's why you need hiking shoes, and that's why very, very, very worn out Chuck Taylors with virtually no tread left on them is a terrible idea when it comes to hiking. You can tell by the amount of debris at the bottom of the falls that when we do get a lot of rain, the water does indeed come flowing off here pretty rapidly, brings down all these branches and large tree trunks and all kinds of stuff along with it. I have seen photos of water cascading off these falls pretty intensely, but unfortunately, I've never actually been out here to witness it. One of these days, after a big rainfall, I'm gonna have to come out here to see the water coming off these falls. Although, in the meantime, this is still pretty impressive. But I do want to see water just shooting off here someday. That would be amazing. All right, so I think that's about going to do it for the waterfall. I just fell again, and my butt is really starting to hurt now, and my thumb does not feel much better. I don't want to fall again. I'm also back to being alone out here. So if I do fall and actually get hurt, I'm in trouble. So got to climb back up this very treacherous looking steep hill. Hopefully I won't fall, but again, it was dangerous. It may have been stupid. I'm definitely not wearing the proper gear to be doing this, but it was kind of worth it because the waterfall is pretty amazing. But I really don't want to fall again, so I think I am going to call it quits. Also, all these bugs flying around, I'm not entirely sure, but they might be mosquitoes, and that's not going to be fun. Oh, okay, so just climbed up that very steep hill. I did not fall, so that was good, but I'm now officially completely and totally out of breath. I really do wish I would have brought a canteen or something of water with me. I'm gonna have to find a gas station or fast food place or something on the way home and grab some water. Anyway, that was awesome. That was amazing. I actually think I liked that a little bit more than the ringing rocks. The rocks are awesome. They're cool, but I have those like 5 minutes from my house. A waterfall like that, I do not. All right, so back to the car. Hopefully some Bactine, and hopefully my butt is not too muddy, and hopefully it doesn't ruin my car seats. I feel like I really should start making a list of things I need to bring with me when I go hiking. Again, proper hiking gear, a canteen, first aid kit, things like that. I don't know, a flare gun for when I fall to my death and nobody's around to witness me do it. I don't know, I need to just start bringing more stuff with me than nothing other than my camera and incorrect hiking gear. I think if I did that, I'd be a lot better off. Also, look at this really cool boulder here. That's awesome. Looks like it's been spray painted many, many times, and it's been repainted over many, many times. Anyway, still out of breath, still in a bit of pain, and still thirsty. I do actually have a first aid kit in the van that would really come in handy right now, but unfortunately, this is one of the very few times, one of the very rare times I decided to go traveling without the van. The van was low on gas. I had gas in my Kia, so I figured, I'll just drive the Kia out here. Of course, the one time I really could have used the van and the first aid kit within the van is the one time I did not bring the van with me. I should always bring the van. That's my new life lesson of the day. Always bring the van. Okay, guys, so yeah, that is going to do it for Ringing Rocks Park here in Upper Black Eddy, Pennsylvania. I could not recommend coming out here enough. It is amazing. It is awesome. It is beautiful. It is nature's wonderland. Definitely something you have to see in Pennsylvania. Just make sure you bring the right hiking gear, maybe some water, and a first aid kit. But most importantly, bring a hammer. You're going to need it. But all right, guys, that is going to do it. I've got to go wash my butt off, wash my thumb off, and try to go find some water. So as always, thank you all so much for checking out this video. Be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, check down below for links to Patreon. If you guys do become a patron, I will send you a postcard every single month from the road. Also check down below for a link to Spreadshirt, where you can grab yourself retro Rest Stop t-shirts. Proceeds both from Spreadshirt and from Patreon do help support the show, and they keep the show going. They bring us out to awesome and amazing places like this. I love it. So I really do appreciate the support, guys. It really does mean a lot to me. But all right, if you guys watch this video all the way until the very end, hashtag always bring the van. If you guys watch this video all the way until the very end, and if you guys have ever actually been out here before at Ringing Rocks Park, if you've rang the rocks, if you've seen the waterfall, if you've done something else out here that I did not know about, leave the comments down below. I want to hear from you guys. But again, guys, that is going to do it. So like I said, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. And if you do hit that subscribe button, or you are subscribed, then I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. So many bugs. All right, thanks for watching. Have a good one, guys. Bye.